out to my exes.
Acting by night. Keep going crazy.
Show off your skin, that shit is popping, girl. Body on 10, damn, you got it, girl. You gotta boss up. Getting them checks, living your best. Racks up. Keep walking with confidence. Effortlessly, you let them know who is in command. You just that and more. Don't forget it. God worked hard on you for sure. Exodus. Shout out to my exes.
Hello. It is Lexus Exodus, leading the Black Woman Liberation. How are you guys? I am so happy to be here with you all. TGIF. Oh, it's been such a long week. I'm telling you, I almost didn't make it. Just because work has been very, very crazy. I got lots of new clients that have transitioned over to my team, and on February 1st, so this week has been bananas, and I'm pooped, and so I almost didn't make it, but I'm like, you know what, I just shared with them during my latest video that I would be here every Friday, so I'm like, I'm not gonna renege. I really do value this community, and I value my exes, and appreciate all of you loyal subscribers, all of you guys who comment, who like and subscribe. Speaking of that, also, if you enjoy this content, please, you know what to do. Head to the comment section. I love to hear your feedback. It is the highlight of my day, and it makes me incredibly happy knowing that there are like-minded Black women who are focused on divesting, who are focused on self-preservation and self-care and prioritizing themselves and improving themselves. So please chime in into the dialogue in the comment section. Also, please like and subscribe, hit the notification bell. Anywho, let's get to what we came here for. So I mentioned I had a busy week at work. There's also been a lot going on in the YouTube divestment community. And unless you've been under a rock, there's been so much drama between Swirlz and the pink pill. Or as Crystal likes to say, the stink pill. Oh my gosh. So this is really convoluted, and I don't know that I understand all the nuances, but I will give you a brief synopsis of what's been happening and what caused all this bullshit, and then we'll go from there. So Crystal is claiming that she was doxxed by the pink pill and by one of her supporters, and that Crystal and Kerrison called child services on her. And, you know, who knows if those allegations are true. We do know someone confessed to calling CPS on Crystal, who is a supporter of the pink pill, I believe, but I'm not quite sure if Crystal and Kerrison actually did so. We do know that she said, you know, when asked about Crystal, and asked about, you know, her relationship with her, she said that she didn't know Crystal. So, understandably so, Crystal's feelings were hurt. She, you know, indicated that she feels betrayed. She feels like the pink pill is fake. She also mentioned that she feels like she looks down on Swirlz and people like her. She feels like Crystalline thinks that Crystal can't swirl due to weight issues, due to her demeanor, how she talks, her behavior, and things like that. So she thinks that the pink pill is an elitist. So there's been a number of lies. So I'm a little bit late because all of this started happening, or blew up, I should say, over the last weekend. And there's been a number of lives. Crystal has been hosting 7-hour lives back to back indicating that, the stink pill has been trying to sabotage her, has been trying to get her child taken away from her. We all know that she has a special needs son. Apparently someone called in to CPS and said that Crystal has been neglecting her son and that she's abusive to her son. And so, I don't know. It's just turned into a mess. Both the Pink Pill and Crystal have made these long, drawn-out videos about leaving the YouTube community. There was even a call-in show where Crystal Swirlz apparently confronted the Pink Pill, and it did not go well. And it's because you all know that Crystal Swirlz is raw, very direct. She's from Brooklyn, so she's a Brooklyn girl, and she is not shy. It's interesting because she's very straightforward and doesn't bullshit or beat around the bush about how she feels. Whereas Crystal and Harrison is very more passive aggressive. And she likes to do this nice, nasty method of communication. So she said during the video, "Oh, you're rough around the edges and our brands aren't the same." And, that condescending white girl stuff. And I know if you guys are in corporate America, how, the white girls like to communicate. They'll say things, they'll give you a tongue lashing, but will do it in a professional, really passive aggressive manner. So not direct, very indirect, very nasty. So that's what she said. She's like Becky, and I'm a master communicator. I have a master's in marketing and communication, and I climbed my way up in corporate America. So I totally understand and recognize that for what it was. And she also muted Crystal Swirlz. So, it's crazy. And then Crystal Swirlz, like I indicated, even shared a confession of a woman who called in, a troll who actually admitted to calling CPS on Crystal. So they've fallen out. And these lives have been back to back on both ends. And, I'm a fan of both of these. So it really, really was unfortunate. On one of the lives, even that Crystal Swirlz hosted, they got into this really long dialogue about how the Pink Pill is jealous because, she's darker toned. And some weird lady who clearly was inebriated or some type of substance abuser. She was high or something. Called dark-skinned women porch monkeys, said that dark-skinned women are evil. And this turned into somehow a rabbit hole of how darker-skinned Black women think that they are Brad's preference because of their skin tone. And it was just a mess. And to all that, I have to say, we cannot do this divesting community. Black women who are divestors, we cannot afford this division. We just can't. It's really unfortunate that all this is happening and that there's all this infighting and bickering because we are already a minority group of the minority group. And hear me out. So Black women only make up 6% of the population. This is the entire Black female community. We only make up 6% of the population. And then only 5% of that small number is interested in dating interracially and are divestors and are married or date non-Black spouses. So that's only a fraction of a percentage of the general population that are Black women who are divesting and who are dating out. We can't afford to be divested. We can't. And, I hate to be cliche, but really united we stand and divided we fall. Our strength is our collective numbers. We're stronger in a group. And we're bringing, with all this bickering and all this fighting and all this backstabbing, we are bringing everything from Blackistan to the swirling community. And that is not okay. And I just think that this whole thing is so trifling. Like, who the hell, what type of woman would call CPS just to troll someone when they don't even have legitimate concerns about child abuse? That is fucked up. That's fucked up. And when I heard that and I heard that lady confess, it's like, damn, Tyrone don't even do that. He'll just beat your ass and cuss you the fuck out, but he ain't trying to take away your damn kids. So what the fuck is going on, y'all? What the fuck is going on? Like, it really was disheartening to see that, to see grown women engage in this type of, these types of disgusting, this type of lewd behavior. Where do we turn to, y'all? Black women divestors, if we don't have one another's backs, where do we turn to? Because not only are we going against, just overall negativity towards Black women, just because we live in a white patriarchal society, but also we're at odds against Daquans, we're at odds against the mammies. Now we can't even trust one another. Like, what's going on? And I was just thinking, like, who needs enemies with friends like these? And it just really was very disheartening. And I really was saddened by all of this, all of the events by the past week. And, Crystal is once again announcing that she's leaving, which I totally understand. She's traumatized, and you guys are triggering her trauma by doing this because she's had a child grow up in foster care. And I think she's mentioned that it was her foster mother. So she's actually grown up in foster care. So she understands how traumatizing and how horrific growing up in a foster home can be. So for you guys to do that is like, you're picking at an unhealed wound, and you're reopening all of these, I'm sure, stored away emotions that she experienced when her first child ended up being in foster care and ended up being molested and ended up going through hell. To do that and to threaten to do that is, not only just, I think, most moms' worst nightmare, having your children taken away, but, it's probably a different kind of hell, different kind of fear on another level when you've actually experienced the foster care system firsthand and you've already experienced going through that with the child previously. To threaten to do that to her is so fucked up and is really a new low. And it's so interesting too, because I played around with, not showing my identity, but I'm like, oh, well, maybe I'll show my background or, just hide my face. So these folks know that I'm the real deal. Cause, trolls and stuff like to accuse all of us of being 300, 400 pound women who just hide behind, screens, who aren't really successful when it comes to divesting. And so I thought about, let me actually show, let me not just tell you, let me show this beautiful $300,000 home that I live in the suburbs with my white picket fence with my high value Brad and this luxurious home that and lifestyle that he affords me. But I don't want to because you guys are disgusting. And when you get mad, you troll and you dox people and you harass people and you do all this disgusting stuff. And it's like, I got way too much to lose. I'm a professional woman. I'm a director at a pharmacy, and my husband owns a lucrative business here. And I have children. I'm a mother. And so y'all will never see my fucking face or anything personal about me just because it is bullshit. And, I follow all of the leading ladies in the community. I love Chrissy. I love Miss Archduchess. And they are so smart, by concealing their identity. Because although, we love the divestment community, it can be toxic. And it's so interesting because, you would think that somebody from the manosphere, a black male, a Daquan, a Tyrone would be behind all this. But no, y'all doing this to one another. So yeah, you'll never see my face and you'll never know anything about me or my personal life other than the generic details I tell you. But it's because these motherfuckers is crazy. And I don't know. I just don't understand why everything has to be so divisive. Like, I listened to the Pink Pills videos, and she's talking about how Crystal's rough around the edges, and I can't identify my brand with someone who uses terms like apes and uses that type of language. And I think she even mentioned verbatim. I'm pretty sure she said, "Well, my platform is for the educated demographic, these professional women." And I'm just like, I really do enjoy watching the Pink Pill, but it's like, girl, I have 2 degrees and I'm a director at a Fortune 500 company. So I'm more highly educated than you and I out earn you. So chill. Let's not do that elitist bullshit in our community. If I don't feel like that about any of these content creators that I watch, you get out of here, girl. Like, you have a YouTube channel. Come on, man. Y'all, at the end of the day, y'all doing the same damn thing. Now, Crystal's delivery may be different, but still, y'all both on YouTube. So chill the fuck out. I don't like that. We don't need to do that. We don't need to look down on one another because of our dialect, or because of the colloquialisms that we use, or because of level of education, or because of things like clothes and appearance and weight. That's stupid. That's stupid. That's stupid, y'all. Like, we have to be, let's not be so surface level. Let's not. First of all, let's understand that we all have different walks of life. And that as Black women, we're facing a different kind of adversity that can beat you down, and can have you in situations that aren't what you'd like to be in, that aren't ideal. We're, like I mentioned before, we're facing racism, but not only that, we're facing sexism, and not only that, there's colorism, there's futurism, there's so many things that we're fighting against in this world. So we don't need to judge one another just because they don't talk like we do, or they don't live the same lifestyles that we do. And if I'm able to not be like that, then you shouldn't either. We really need to support and uplift one another. We damn sure shouldn't be looking down on one another due to colorism. Because, y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm a chocolate girl, and I'm happily divested to Brad and live a lifestyle most women would kill for. And that's on period. See, I said that's on period. Y'all see how I can pivot from being articulate and being educated and, being a poignant communicator, but then can also throw in some slang in there too. But still, I still have my credentials, and I am still the same polished, poised person. But that's the thing. That's the beauty of Black women. That's the beauty of Black women, is that we have the capability to pivot from the block to the boardroom. You get what I'm saying? That's something to celebrate. That's not something to look down on. That's something that should be appreciated. Should be appreciated, the fact that, we all are so different and diverse, but we all have a common interest, which is Black women, and uplifting Black women, and preserving Black women, and improving ourselves and being better to ourselves, and having standards, and accepting nothing less than where we set the bar for ourselves. You get what I'm saying? So we should be uplifting one another. We should be encouraging one another. We should not be doing this. And quite honestly, if anybody had any concerns about Crystal's child, which I don't believe they do. I believe it was all pettiness, and I believe it was all out of spite. But if y'all did, you should have picked up that phone and called her privately. You get what I'm saying? You should have recommended, hey, sis, I see, this A, B, and C is happening. How about we do this next time? Like a grown woman. Like a grown woman, y'all should have reached out to her privately if there were real concerns. But that's not what that was rooted in. It was rooted in hatred. It was rooted in trying to ruin this woman's life. Same thing with Crystal and Kerrison. I've been seeing these stories about, her child's identity being exposed to the public, and people like leaving these nasty comments about different lifestyle changes that her daughter has made. And it's like, come on, y'all. Shit. Get it the fuck together. And this is pissing me off, because it's like, Black women, we have to face hell everywhere we turn. Everywhere we turn, we got to get it from Becky. We got to get it from the boardroom, from motherfuckers being misogynistic and motherfuckers being hateful and looking at us crazy because they can't understand how we're in the same room and we're their peer because, you know, we shouldn't be on their level according to them. So we got to deal with that. We got to deal with, misogyny. We got to deal with men in general being chauvinistic and being nasty to us because we're women. Then we got to go within our own community. We got to deal with hatred because, you know, we're women from men. And deal with their bullshit and deal with Tyrone's antics. Deal with, you know, being raped and molested and being physically abused, sexually abused, being cussed the fuck out and berated, thrown under the bus and told we ain't shit. And then we got to deal with it from the mammies too, because they're indoctrined to believe that rhetoric. So we dealing with it from them too. Then y'all mean to tell me we gonna subjugate one another to that bullshit within the divesting community? Like, where is the relief, y'all? Where is it? We should be focused on developing a safe haven for one another. Because we deal with too much. We getting beat up everywhere we turn. And y'all mean to tell me, it's like, this is part of the reason why I always say why I left my ex when I was married to Tyrone. Because it's like, damn, you mean to tell me I got to face all this hell in the outside world, and when I come home, I got to get my ass beat too? I gotta argue too and come home to a toxic environment? Like, for real, y'all? We should be focused on establishing refuge. We should be focused on supporting one another. We should have a safe haven here. We should have a code, really, a code, you know, a rule of conduct. If you have an ought against someone within this community, okay, let's handle that privately. We don't need to dox one another. We don't need to ruin each other's lives. We don't need to be calling people's jobs and workplaces and trying to get them fired and doing all this stupid ass shit. They said they was getting death threats and stuff. We should not be doing that. We should not be doing that. This is not Blackistan. You know, leave that shit. Leave that shit at the playground. You know, this isn't cool. So I don't know. I done ranted. But that's really how I feel. Like, let's focus on, I know, you know, I'm not saying, I don't expect for it to be like, you know, candy corn and lollipops and rainbows and unicorns. I know that some personalities just don't mesh. That's fine. But let's not publicly berate and degrade one another. Let's not do all this hateful, spiteful attacking of one another. That's not cool. If you don't like someone, mind your business. Just go on about your way. This is YouTube, y'all. This ain't even real life, y'all. So, anywho, I'd like to know your feedback about this and what you guys think. Bottom line, let's uplift and encourage one another. That's it. That's all I got. See you guys. Bye.